Hey, family, how's it going? How's it going? It's good you all to be back here. Listen, we're going to get ready to get started here. I want you all to like, share, and start your watch party. Like, share, and start your watch party. We got some discussions we're going to have today about voting. We understand this is normally COVID conversation, but today we're going to focus on voting. So important that we do that now. Listen, we're already having issues in some places, but guess what, family? We expected that. So we want you all to get out and vote. It's so important. Listen. I've already been there. I've already been there. I've already did what I need to do. So I need you to do what you need to do. Because if we're going to change things, we're going to change it right here with your vote. We're going to change it with our vote. Now listen, we've already gotten word just yesterday that we already got people trying to interfere with our voting. They're trying to interfere with our voting. The U.S. official says Russia and Iran have obtained voters' information. And what they're doing with this information, they're emailing, they're contacting people, they're threatening people. But guess what? It's not going to work because we're going to the polls. We are going to the polls and we're going to do what our ancestors made room for us to do. We're going to stand there and we're going to vote. We ain't running. We're not running. This is our time to put in place some things. And listen, y'all, we're not just voting for us. I didn't go vote just for my children or my grandchildren, but I went to vote so that my grandchildren's grandchildren can live in a world that's a little bit different from the one we're living in right now. Now, if you didn't know, for years, felons couldn't vote. You couldn't vote. But guess what? Nevada fixed that for us, y'all. Assembly Bill 431. Any Nevada resident convicted of a felony is immediately restored the right to vote upon the individual's release from prison. Ain't that something? Now, and this is just me. This is just Jamon Manor. This is just my thought. That in itself was an act of voter suppression because depending on who got the felony, how they chose to give you that felony, I just believe within myself that was a form of voter suppression, but Nevada fixed it. So now, felons, you have no more excuses. Get out there and vote. We need to vote like never before. And I can tell you the word is getting out because I just saw an article where over 100, I believe, and 76,000 voters have already sent their ballots in by mail. Ain't that something? They've already sent it in by mail. So now there's no more excuses. And let me tell you this. I heard that some of our entertainers and our big actresses and stuff, they're talking about hiring people to go to the polls to stand in line for people who really can't stand for themselves. And I love that. That's awesome. That is awesome. But now let me take it a step down for some of us folk who don't have that kind of money to pay somebody to go. Listen, grandparents, parents, a lot of us have children at home. A lot of us got grandkids with strong legs. Listen, take them to the polls with you. Take them with you. If you got to sit in your car and let them stand in that long line, let them stand in that long line for you. And when they get to the front, you walk up there, present your ID, and cast your vote. Come on now. It don't take a rocket scientist. We're going to do this. We are going to do this by any means necessary. We are going to the polls, y'all. We getting there. We can get anywhere else we want to go. If you want to go to a movie that's 10 miles away, what you do? You get in your car and you go. You get on the bus and go, or you call a friend. Listen, family, it's time for us to get this thing done. We don't have no time to play. No time to play. And don't just go pushing the button. Do your homework. Know who you're voting for when you get there. Know who you voting for. When you get to the polling place, know who you gonna vote for. Everybody quick doing want to vote for the president, and that's important. I'm not gonna get into that. That's very important that we vote for the presidency of the United States. But besides that, you have all of these other jurisdictions that we have to vote for. We have to get in there and be educated. We have to know what we're doing, be precise, because this is going to affect us for a long time to come. Understand me? We don't have near about the pressure as our ancestors did. Nobody is standing at the polls kicking you in your behind, telling you that you can't vote. Nobody's sticking a dog on you telling you you can't vote. Nobody is busting you across your head telling you you can't vote. Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. You may need a ride. That's fine. You can do it. Get out there and vote. Because this is one right that we are guaranteed. And it is time for us to exercise it like no other. And not just this election. All of them have been important. The ones that's come up in the future are important. Your word counts. I don't care what Russia do. I don't care what none of them do to try to sabotage this thing. Our word gonna count. And you know why it's gonna count? Because we're gonna get out there and vote. They're not gonna scare us off. They're not gonna frighten us at all. We're not gonna be discouraged. When the felon is allowed to vote, that should encourage everybody. That should encourage y'all, because that was one thing that couldn't happen. Now you can. They passed that bill, and I'm telling you, get out there and get after it. I don't care how long you sat behind them bars. Get out there and get after it, because it's judges out there that need to be gone. Get out there and get after it, y'all. Listen, I'm not one of these big political people. I know it. I'm not out here, badgering nobody. I'm not going to badmouth nobody. But I'm here to tell you, God sits high and he look low. He know. It's not for me. It's not for Jamon Manor to judge nobody, because I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. But I promise you, God do. So family, since you don't have a heaven or hell to put nobody in, all we can do on this side is vote. We're going to vote. We're going to make our word be heard, okay? We are going to make our word be heard. So now you can mail your ballot in. You can get in line at the polls. But besides that, you can go to vote.org and put in your city. Put in your city, or your state, rather, and it'll tell you, it'll explain to you what you have to do. It gives you all the information that you need. We have no more excuses. We have no more excuses, family. It is so important. If there's ever been a sense of urgency in your life, this should be it. Get to them polls. Get to them polls, family, because we have to take a stand. We have to take a stand. Not yesterday, but today. We should have taken it yesterday, but we're not going to cry over spilled milk. But I'm telling you, come November 3rd, I want to see a change. I want to see a change. And all I can say is this. I am going to do what I need to do. I need you to do what you need to do. All right? Early voting started. It opened October 17th. It ends October 30th. So we still got some time, y'all. Get in there and get your vote. I know the lines may be long. I've been riding around, and I've seen some of the lines. I've seen them. And I tell you, the people are standing there and they waiting. They're not complaining. They standing there and they waiting. And that's what I love to see. Stand there and wait. If you got to complain, complain while you're standing in line waiting. Do whatever you have to do to get in, cast your ballot, and get your and get your sticker. Here it is right here. Get your sticker. If you want to take a picture with your sticker, take a picture with your sticker. Whatever you need to do, get this sticker right here. Get your sticker, because that signifies that you have done your due diligence and you casted your vote and letting your word count. All right, family, listen. I can't stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough how important it is for us to vote. When they moved the voting polls on our ancestors and they had to go miles from where they normally would vote to vote, guess what they did? They didn't give up. They didn't start crying. They got prepared to go. I can just only imagine those brothers tightening the laces on their boots and hiking. Those sisters who fix themselves up nice and pretty like they always do to go to the polls, only to be told your polling place has moved 4 miles. That's fine, because you know what the sister did, I believe? Took off them heels and put on some flats and marched on over there and got their vote in. So that's what we're going to have to do, y'all. They may not move your polling place, but the line may be real long. So wear comfortable shoes. And don't be embarrassed or ashamed. You know your health. You know how strong your legs are. You know how long you can stand. If you need to take a chair, take you a chair and get in that line. get you a chair, an old lawn chair, and grab back in it, y'all. Get in that line. Get in that line. And as the line move up, move your chair up. You understand? Don't worry about what nobody got to say. Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. And I'm telling you, it's nothing. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to know that you have done what you have to do. In my mind and in my eyes, I have honored the sacrifice of my ancestors. Their blood shed, their tears, and their pain was not in vain. They didn't waste it on me. And they didn't waste it on you. Get out there and vote, family. Get out there and vote. And at the end of the day, we'll see the benefits come November 3rd. We'll see the benefits of who is replaced in or who's pulled out of office. But it's up to us to get out there and vote. All right, family, listen, thank y'all for watching. And now I'm gonna get ready to step out the way. I'm gonna step out the way. And we have a video that I really want y'all to stay and watch. Watch this video, because it's gonna show you how to fill out your ballot, your mail-in ballot. It's gonna give you step by step how to fill it out, because that's one of the things that they're looking at. If your name's not spelled right, or if any kind of glitch, it's going to cash you. They're going to throw your ballot out. They're going to discard you in your vote. So take your time. Take your time. If you need somebody else to go over it with you, get somebody to go over with you and proofread it. I want you to treat that ballot as if it was a contract that would determine whether you live or die. Treat that ballot as if it was worth $1 million, and if you put anything wrong on it, you won't get your money. Let's get that money, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get that money, y'all. Now, listen, the video's coming up, family. The video's coming up. And when it comes up, take a little time. Look at it, study it, and fill out your ballot, and go proudly to your mailbox, to your polling place, wherever you need to go to turn that ballot in. walk in there with your head up and your shoulders back, knowing that you have done what your ancestors paved the way for you to do. Family, I'm going to get out your way. Listen, my name is Pastor Jamon Manor, and let me thank my pastor, Pastor Don Burst, for this opportunity. Family, y'all go on, watch this video, and learn if you don't know. If you know, just refreshing yourself. All right? So I'm going to leave y'all with this, and I'm going to step out of y'all way, family. At the one, we are one family doing together what we cannot do alone. Amen. Y'all be blessed and go on and cast your vote. Amen. See y'all later. I'm out.
Hello, I'm Joe Gloria, Registrar of Voters in Clark County, Nevada. We're here today to give you some information on the mailers that will be sent to you leading up to the November 3rd general election, and also run through the mail ballot packet and give you a run through on exactly how to correctly go through and mark your ballot and send it back in to be processed and counted for the November 3rd election. First off, the mailers that you'll be receiving at the end of September include your sample ballot, which has information on your early voting and election day locations, your actual ballot that you will be eligible to vote for, all contests and candidates, and other information related to voting in general. The second mailer that you'll be receiving at about the same time is the mail ballot supplement. And this supplement includes instructions on mail-in voting and also all of the language for the questions that you'll be voting for in this election. Important to note that there are 5 questions on your ballot that you'll be marking. However, they run 1 through 4. Question 5 is canceled, and then it goes to question 6. That is very clearly notated in your sample ballot and on the ballot that you will actually be voting. And then more importantly, you're going to be receiving a mail-in packet. All active registered voters in Clark County will be receiving this. This is exactly what that document looks like that you'll be receiving in the mail. You'll notice that this particular mailer is identifying a voter who is ID required. Not all voters in Nevada are required to show ID at the polling place. So be sure that if it is marked ID required on the mailer that you receive, that you're providing us a copy of your Nevada driver's license or ID, along with any of the alternate IDs that are clearly indicated in the instructions we provide. Inside of each of your mail-in packets, you will receive a return envelope. Very important for all voters to understand. Do not sign your actual ballot. You will be signing on the back of your return envelope at this X, clearly putting your signature here so that we have it to identify your signature and verify your identity. This mailer is postage paid. So if you choose to drop this in a mailbox, it'll make it safely to the election department. We have no reason to believe that the U.S. Post Office will have any trouble getting these back to us. However, if you would prefer to drop this off in person, we are also providing you with a mail ballot drop-off listing. Very easy for all voters to remember without even looking at this schedule. All early voting sites, as well as all election day vote centers, will serve as mail ballot drop-off locations. Please don't wait in line with those people who are waiting to vote in person. Go directly to the front. There will be a staffer manning the mail ballot drop-off, and you simply have to drop off the ballot. They will confirm that it is sealed, and they'll confirm that you have signed the envelope before dropping it in the box, and that will be securely delivered back to our office. Also provided in your mail-in packet will be a flyer that gives you instructions on what to do if you need to cure your ballot. If you have not signed your ballot, or if the signature does not match the signature we have on file, these instructions will tell you what you need to do in order to correct that. As provided by the Secretary of State, we do have an electronic tool, a mobile application that you can also use to quickly fill out the affidavit, sign it, and take a picture of your ID and send that back electronically so that we can cure your ballot. Also included is the secrecy sleeve, and making use of all of the paper that's on the secrecy sleeve, we've also provided the instructions that you need to follow in order to fill out your ballot. On the outside of the secrecy sleeve is your I voted sticker. Please be sure and detach that sticker before you send your ballot back to us. Wear it prominently throughout the day or put it wherever you want to display that you've expressed your voice in the community and voted in Clark County. And finally, you'll receive a mail ballot. This is a sample of the mail ballot that all voters will be receiving. It's important to note for all voters that there are 2 cards to every ballot. Whether you're voting both cards, you still need to send back both of these cards to the election department. And I would emphasize to you that you do not want to put any identifying marks on either of these ballots. So as I flip these, you will see that there is voting contests on both sides of the cards that we're providing. To mark selections on the ballot, be sure that you're making use of a blue or black ink pen, no felt tip pens, and no red ink, and simply mark the red oval to the right of the candidate of your choice. On this sample ballot, I've already used my ink pen to mark the candidate of my choice under president. You can clearly see that I filled in the red oval, which you need to do for all contests. Go through the entire ballot, mark the contests in the same manner all the way through. If, for some reason, you notice that you've made a decision that you did not want to make, what I've also done here is correctly make a change to my ballot. And you do that by simply drawing through the candidate that you did not want to choose. In this case, I did not want to vote no, I wanted to vote yes. So you draw a line through that candidate and then mark the red oval to the right of the candidate that you want to choose. That is the correct way for you to make corrections on your ballot. Once you've voted the ballot, you want to go ahead and fold this up, removing the receipts that are on the top. I'm going to switch samples here to a ballot where I've already removed the voting receipts that the voter should keep as a receipt that they've voted their ballot. These stay with the voter. However, if you forget to tear those off, it will not impact the processing of your ballot. So now that I've removed those, I'm ready to fold the ballot according to the folds that are already printed on the ballot. Taking my privacy sleeve, I'm simply going to insert it inside of the privacy sleeve so that when this is returned to us, the privacy of your ballot is protected. And then I insert it in the return envelope. Be sure that you seal your ballot. And again, I emphasize, you're going to sign here at the bottom on this red X with your signature so that we can verify this signature with the signatures on file to verify your identity before we process and count this ballot. Once you've done that, again, you can either make use of the postage paid envelope and drop this in the mail by November 3rd in order for it to be returned to our office. If you decide to drop it off in person, again, all of the early voting and election day sites will have mail ballot drop-off locations for you to make use of. One other item that I want to point out on the back of this envelope, as a result of changes that were made in AB 4 in the special session, anybody that you trust will reliably turn this ballot in for you at the mail ballot drop-off location or in a postal box can turn this ballot in for you. So this box that we have here is no longer necessary. Previously, you had to have a family member do that for you. But in order to make it easier for folks to get their ballots turned in, you no longer have to do it with a family member. Anybody can turn this ballot in for you, but you do not need to sign this area. So placing this into the mailbox or into a mail ballot drop-off box will start the process for you. We'll get to work on processing it and getting your ballot counted. Again, I'm Joe Gloria, Registrar of Voters in Clark County. We hope that all voters in Clark County will take advantage of either voting through the mail or voting in person during early voting or election day to make their voice heard in the community. I would remind you that if you have any questions related to your ballot, you should contact our office directly at 702-455-VOTE, and we will be happy to help you with any issues related to your ballot. Thank you.